All right, now we are going to put our little finishing touch on this room. I have a flower pot here. It has a little rim, so we're going to draw a little curved line here on the bottom of the very bottom edge of the opening of the pot. It's going to be a little wider over here in the center because of perspective. The lines are going to get squeezed a little closer on the side, just slightly. So when I draw things, I like to draw things from the back to the front or from the bottom of the up and kind of build things visually. So I'm going to draw kind of like a kind of bumpy line here that's kind of curved, and it's going to kind of reflect this curve over here of the edge of the pot, and that represents the dirt in the pot, right? Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just draw this plant that I see is very ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means it's just always all over the place at people's houses, or it's in magazines. This is called, I wish I knew the scientific name, but I think it might be a succulent, like maybe it's part of a cactus family. I don't know. But it has these long, wavy, sword-like leaves, if you can even call them that. And I think the common name is called like mother-in-law's tongue because it kind of has like a sharp look to it. It has a darker green center to it, and then a lighter cream-colored, a lighter green-colored edge. So we could shade the center part in a little bit. Now, this is not necessary. You could put whatever you want here. Any kind of house plant. Some sort of a nice palm tree would be nice. You could put like one of those fiddle leaf leaf trees that are real popular, a rubber tree plant, any of those kind of really popular house plants if you're really into house plants. So I want these kind of wavy lines to on either side to be parallel to each other, and then also kind of taper. So why put this plant in the foreground? Like I said, it kind of, your eyes hit the plant first, and then the next thing they'll go to is the corner of the bed, and then maybe they'll go over to the dresser, and then finally to the back, to the windows in the back. So it kind of is a little device that pulls your gaze into the picture. And that'll be like the first thing that your gaze would fall upon. And of course at the bottom you should kind of show the line for the dirt, right? Where the plant actually goes into the dirt. You shouldn't just like suddenly just have it be blank, or people will be like, okay, what's that about? Have some of these leaves be shorter, or these stalks. I'm not quite sure if they're leaves or they're stalks. I'm not quite sure about the anatomy of this plant, but I know it kind of looks like this. I think not quite as wavy as this, but I'm just going to make it a little wavy because it looks prettier. Make the centers look a little darker. Okay. Some of you might be like, I've never seen a plant like that. Oh, you will. Oh, you will. Because these plants are very easy to take care of, and it's very hard to kill them. Besides overwatering them, you don't have to even like water them too much. Some of you might say, oh, that looks like seaweed. Yes, it does look like seaweed. I like the shape of some seaweeds. And that is fine. Okay, so you want to have some of these kind of be in the front. So they're really like coming right up from the edge of the pot. That could be saying that they are real close, and others kind of, you know, there could even be some depth within this little bit of space here. Some of these stalks could be in the foreground, some of them could be in the background, because, you know, you could have some of these stalks overlap other stalks, which means the ones that are overlapped are in the background, right? Naturally, of course. You know, I was didn't you know when I was younger, I didn't give a hoot about house plants. You know, because when you're young, you don't normally think about those things. Maybe some of you do, but when you get older and you're kind of in your own home, they really do make the environment more pleasant. Very, very pleasant. So it's a good thing to include. Let's make this one a little bit more graceful looking. They're not quite pets, but you know, they're at least something that's alive. All right, so we have this plant right here. We have this hallway. You could do a cute little thing like this, which is you could use Vanishing Point 2 for the bottom, and then use Vanishing Point 2 also to draw the top of a picture frame. And then you can use some parallel lines to draw a picture hanging on the wall out there. Okay. Yep, those are the angles you should have for the top and bottom of the picture frame, so that it's not so boring a wall. Remember, in this drawing there are no horizontal lines. You would see the edge of the picture frame right along, let's see here, right here. Just a little parallel line. Or it could be thicker depending on if it's one of those canvases. Then use Vanishing Point 1 from the opposite side to join that line to the corner here. You're going to just draw it by hand. Such a small little line. And you know, you could have some sort of an abstract painting, or you could draw whatever you want. You could draw whatever you want. So if you wanted a proper frame, you would draw another rectangle inside of that rectangle. Use Vanishing Point 2 for that. And use Vanishing Point, let's see here, Vanishing Point 2 for the bottom here. And then use a vertical line for this edge right here. And another little vertical line here. And then just connect the corners of the picture frame, right? There's no need to draw nails or the little, any hanging thing. Most people now know better to put the hanging parts behind the picture so that they don't show. And then you could just, you know, draw a silhouette of a person. Just something simple. You don't even have to show their face or their detail. Just maybe they're just, I don't know, holding a baby. I don't know. Maybe there's some other family members next to them. Some of them are kind of cut off in the picture, but it's like a family portrait. Put that out there in the hallway. Tell a little story about the occupants of this home, right? I'm going to put a little bit of shading on the front. Let's say it's a black picture frame, so put a little bit of value on there. Okay. Okay, so there's a picture frame out in the hallway, and I think that's about it. So we're done with this tutorial. If you feel like you want to add other things, then go right ahead. Oh, let me add one more thing. Let's put a nice little candle right here on the, don't laugh, Mr. Han. Let's put a nice little pillar candle here on the dresser for some mood. Maybe it smells really nice. And if the candle is taller than the horizon line, then you should curve it up at the top and just show a little bit of the wick. That's what you like to turn on, to, you know, put the light on the candle. Maybe you want to put the candle in a dish so it doesn't burn down your room, so that wax doesn't get all over your dresser. And just use a... you could use a ruler to draw the sides of a candle pretty straight. It's a fairly mechanical looking line. Yeah, that could be a straight line. And then just have the dish. You could have the dish be kind of fancy. It's up to you. Or it could just be like a little rolled edge to that dish. Just a little piece of glass, like a glass dish. Just a little bit bigger than the candle, like that. Just have it go around the back of the candle so the candle looks like it's sitting in there. And that's it. And then you can put a little flame on the candle, tell your little story there. If you wanted to, you could add other things. If you want to add a chair in the foreground, you could definitely add a chair. If you wanted to add a little, some sort of a chest right here, or a little bench that you can sit on, you can certainly add that. Or any, like a little cute sign above the doorway. Those are all possibilities, but we are going to end it right here, and those little details will be up to you.